In an emergency, what do? You dial 911 and a police officer on average will be there in a matter of minutes. Or if you're a gun owner, a gun will be there to save your life in a matter of seconds. When seconds matter, a gun owner will survive more than someone who relies on a police officer to get there. Many people own guns for their own protection, also for the protection of people around them. The gun laws in play are what keep people safe around the use of guns, and people who have never owned guns before too. I've owned guns all my life, never had to use one for my own protection, but it sure helps me sleep better at night when I know everybody that owns guns around me have got them legally and are using them for the proper use. Gun laws control concealed carry laws, the limitations of the firearms, and the background checks for all gun owners in the world. These laws work to keep weapons from being in the wrong hands and used for the wrong reasons. The first and largest of the group's laws enforced would be that of concealed carry, because more people around the world are starting to carry their own guns instead of relying on police force. Concealed carrying is a way to allow protection for you and people within your proximity without law enforcement being present. It provides citizens with the ability to carry a firearm where permitted, like in a business or a church or in a public place, for their own protection as well as others, but also there are laws against carrying them in baseball games, football games, basketball games, concerts, and even some restaurants and grocery stores will not allow firearms. Many harmful scenarios around the globe have been stopped from the quick thinking of the bystander that has a concealed carry license, like most school shootings this year and last year. Being able to keep or carry certain guns is made possible by the limitations that the government puts on gun sizes. The limitations for many guns around the globe have certain limitations put into effect by the local government. Most countries, states, and towns have restrictions and limitations on the size of the magazine that you can have at the time of carry or sport. Others are short barrel shotguns under 5 inches of a barrel, fully automatic weapons, and in some places even a silencer that you stick on the end of the barrel to make the gun quiet. Many limitations are set by governments in the length of firearm. For example, the barrel in some states cannot be shorter than 6 inches due to the fact that you can hide a very large caliber gun in a small suitcase or under a shirt and sneak it into a public place and do some damage. People wouldn't think that their past would be the deciding factor on whether or not they can own a firearm or be in possession of a firearm. Background checks are simple, and each person purchasing a gun must pass to legally own a firearm. The background check will allow the seller of the firearm to know if that person has outstanding warrants for their arrest or any criminal activity on their record. The check keeps anyone with a felony during their entire lifetime from being able to legally purchase or own a weapon due to their criminal history. Also, people with controlled substance abuse in the past, or anything like if you've murdered somebody, you can't. Even some people who just have mental illnesses are put on the list just because the government doesn't think that they can operate the gun safely and know what they're doing. Now that the gun laws have put in place, it creates a clear picture of how guns are regulated while making sure guns do not get into the wrong type of hands. These laws also create security for safe and proper carry. I hope this summary of gun laws has cleared any confusion anyone may have or had and provided you with a newfound security and understanding that when seconds matter, guns can save lives.